stand up with is also somebody who I used to teach improv to because, you know, my life is on an upward trajectory. So let's give it up everybody for Hannah Piper.
Good evening, everybody. How are you all doing tonight? Excellent, excellent. I'm going to be talking about every stand-up comic's favorite topic, myself. Yeah, but I'm going to let you guys have a little interaction first. So I want you guys to what kind of set do you want to hear? Do you want like a fun, lighthearted romp through my personal life and the disaster that is? Or do you want like a dark set that gets like deep into my personal trauma? Dark? Let's get a vote. Let's get a vote. If you want to hear a dark set, make some noise. All right, all right. And if you want the like lighthearted romp? Yeah. All right, those people. I'm gonna do this up for you guys. People who want the dark shit. Let's get into it. Let's get into it. Yeah, and before we do this, there is one rule. Your responses, you're allowed to laugh or like sit there in awkward silence, okay? None of this like pity for me, okay? You're not allowed to do that. If you feel bad for me, I'm just gonna quit and walk off stage. So don't do that. Are we all clear on that one rule? Yes? Can we all say yes, we're clear?
Yes.
Thank you. All right, let's get into it then. Yes, I'm a trans comic, which means that my family hates what I've done with my life. Yeah, they're not fans of the trans thing either. That's a joke, don't worry, don't worry. My family doesn't know I do comedy because they stopped talking to me when I transitioned. Actually, point of order, my mother and brother stopped talking to me. I stopped talking to my father. Not because of transphobia, because he's like a piece of shit all on his own. Okay, guys, I told you, we're gonna get dark, right? Like, this is not a joke. This is very dark. I mean, these are jokes, but it's dark jokes. So, yeah, no, my dad, though, he wasn't like other city fathers, because he didn't leave and say he was gonna get cigarettes and never come back. He didn't have the balls for that. No, his speed was more like once a week, square us off forever, and then storm out, only to be back 2 days later, because Silas Spears like shifts to a narcissist. You can't have just one.
Last minute as a favor to me.
No, it does explain though why when I came out to my brother, what he said to me was, oh no, you're not trans, you just think you are because you had a bad role model for masculinity. And that's totally wrong. I've had lots of great older men in my life. I even called some of them daddy. No, so like, another thing my brother said to me was, you know, I don't think trans people are wrong. I just don't think they are the gender they say they are. Which is a fun way of saying you think trans people are wrong. But don't worry, guys, I showed him. I did the most feminine thing I could think of in that moment. Instead of getting angry, I sat there and asked him politely, like, well, why do you feel that way? He told me that he thinks that, you know, the problem is I'm missing the cornerstones of the female experience. I can't get pregnant. I'm never going to be physically weaker than my partner. And I don't have to fear physical abuse. And what a sweet, touching moment this was, right? Like a beautiful coming out. Me as a woman, him as a misogynist. No, seriously, like transphobes like to play this game called, well, what is a woman then? And they really just talked to my brother because he nailed it. A potential mother who can't defend herself from abusive behavior. Actually, hold on. I absolutely melt in the presence of children. I haven't worked out regularly for like years. And I have enough daddy issues. If you just tell me you like me at least once a month, I'll let you know what the fuck you want me. Holy shit, guys, I'm really talking about 3 for 3. My brother also has some counter arguments though, and in the interest of like a full, fair, and balanced, you know, argument here, I will share them with you, let you guys be the judge of it. He brought up the very good points that as a kid, my best friend was a boy, and that I pursued my first girlfriend like a man. And I gotta say, it freaked me out at first to hear that I pursued her like a man. Then I remember he just came out as a misogynist, he's allowed to talk like that now. So I asked him, I'm like, what do you mean by that? Because I really didn't know. And he goes, well, you know, she clearly like wasn't into you at first, but you just kept hanging out with her and forming a friendship that eventually turned into a romance. And that's just a bad argument, right? Like, best friend was a man and was pursuing an uninterested straight girl. Has he not heard of lesbians? No, let's see, I promise that, you know, this entire set won't be about silly things that my brother said to me when I came out. Also going to talk about silly things that my mother said to me when I came out. Yeah, no, the first thing that she said to me was like, well, how long have you been trans? And what a weird question, right? Like, I mean, I guess, like, I finally come to terms with this and put a label on it, like, a month prior. But also, I'd written in my middle school, like, journal, God, I wish I was a lesbian. Well, that seemed super masculine at the time. In hindsight, I mean, what do you guys think? Right? No, so, no, the next thing that my mother said to me was that she said, you know, are you going to get any surgeries? And that was a much easier question. She said, well, yeah, actually, I'm going to root canal next week and craft it. Seriously though, what a fucking invasive question. Like, she's my mother. It stopped being okay for her to think about my dick when I started bathing myself. You guys don't like that one, okay. No borderline incest jokes for this crowd. Got it. It also showed me that like my mother didn't really understand like what surgery, like what medical transitions options are available for trans people and what the roadblocks are to them. Like, I can't even save my cube without a signed letter from Ray Blanchard. I knew that joke was not going to land. Honestly, I knew that. But I told it anyways, mostly for me, but also so I could tell you guys who Ray Blanchard is. Raise your hand if you've heard of Ray Blanchard. Wow, none of you. This is a crowd of cis people. That's Ray Blanchard is this like really shitty transphobic psychologist who makes the argument that trans women just are men that think they're women because they're sexually turned on by the idea of having a vagina, which is a weird thing to say, but it's true, it's what he believes. And his evidence for this is that trans women just dress like the women we're attracted to, which means that's an introduction to my brother, because clearly he also has never heard of lesbians. No, you guys that's okay. I like it. Let's see, we'll go back to my mom yesterday. That was even better. Yeah. No, the next thing that my mother said to me was where it got a little bit weird. She started saying, well, you know, how am I supposed to explain this to your grandmother? She has dementia. I'm like, why bother? A few months anyways. It's okay, guys. You're allowed to laugh at that one. She doesn't have dementia anymore. She's dead. Probably. I don't know. One of my family talks to me. I heard pity. I heard like an on. You said one rule, no pity, guys. I'm upset about it. You laugh at my pain. That's how this works. The like next thing that my mother said to me, she fell back on the perennial favorite of all transphobic parents, which is I'm mourning the loss of my son. Thankfully, you hear about this one all the time in the trans community, so I was well prepared. I knew exactly what the right thing to say in this moment was. I went, good, he's dead and I fucking killed him. Alright, I'm gonna say one last thing as we get out of here. Just tell you one last thing my mother said to me, which was, you know, you're just confused. If trans had been a thing when I was in high school, I would have thought I was a man too. And what? What? I'm sorry, what? That is either the single most uninformed, unsympathetic take I've ever heard, or my mother has some things to figure out. And I have to give her credit because at least one of my dads had the courage to just walk out of my fucking life once in a while. good line.